because of my bad in the last meeting. I see you.
Okay, so say hello to YouTube. Hello, YouTube. My name is Sarah. I'm here with my good friends, Pedro, Bruna, Mel, and Gustavo. Today we're going to talk about FOMO. It's this fear of missing out, this current feeling, this constant feeling that you're losing something because you're not at parties or you don't having enough fun. So I'm going to start by presenting myself, and then I'm going to choose the next person, okay? So my name is Sarah. I've been here on TNT for about a month now. I'm training to be a hostess. I've been really excited about this process of learning English. I live with my family, my sister, my parents, my dog. He's amazing as well. And I'm a student. I'm currently looking for new job opportunities, and I think this is a great way to improve myself, to keep learning, to be my best version, you know. How about you, Pedro? Can you share your name, your experiences with us?
Yeah, sure. My name is Pedro. I'm 27 years old. I live in São Paulo. I live with my mother, and I work in a hospital, but I'm not a nurse or a doctor. I work in a administration part, and that's it. Recently, or not recently, I got a degree on social service, and that's it. Can you hear me, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, yeah, because I have some troubles with my phone. That's it.
It's perfect. Thank you. How about you, Bruna?
Hello, everybody. I'm Bruna. I live in São Paulo. I work as a teacher. It's always a pleasure being here with you. And yes, I'm just here because I saw the topic and I know about it. And I was like, I don't want to miss it. So I'm just here because of FOMO, you know. That's why I was like, should I go? Shouldn't I? Then I'm here. Yes. I didn't want to miss it, you know. So I'm really happy.
So you have FOMO.
Yes, I do. Definitely.
A
Yeah.
classic case. Okay. And you, Gustavo?
Hello, guys. Good evening. So my name is Gustavo. I'm 25. I live in Feira de Santana, Bahia. I'm studying computer engineering, and I don't know. I've been here in TNT for 2 months. 2 months, I think. And yeah, it was the best decision ever.
I'm glad you know you think that way. I'm feeling like you because it's always amazing. It's always a learning for me, and I'm loving every second. How about you, Mel? Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, but first, guys, can you click like real quick? Can you click on the chat icon? Because I can't. I don't know why. But anyways, I can see the questions. It is. All righty. I can see the questions
You
in another place.
It's a place below called More, and you can click, and there's the chat option below our pictures.
Yeah, I see, but like I'm clicking it, but nothing seems to happen. Like participants, I can see it, share screen, okay? But whatever. No biggie. Right, so my name is Melissa, but you can call me Mel. I'm 20, and I've been a hostess here for about almost a year. I think it's going to complete a year in April, and that's basically it. Not much to say about myself. So happy to have you here, guys, inside hosting this meeting. So nice to see your developments in this process.
Thanks for the support. And now I wanna know about Mario. Can you hear us? Mario, are you here? Yeah, maybe he's not. I don't know. So I'm gonna give him some time. I'm gonna start with the first question, and then by everyone has talked, I will ask for him again, okay? So the first question is, did you understand the concept of FOMO? Do you think this happens to you in N11? And I think I thought it was important to share the video because it's not it's not a concept that everyone knows about, you know. And I think I understand because I research. It's not fair because I cheated because I made the questions and I understand a little. I had to understand a little about the topic. And the concept is, like I said, you are being afraid because you're staying at home, you're missing a glamorous life like we saw in the video. And I think it happens to me because I'm always, I'm not only fear, sometimes I'm panic because I think I'm not doing enough with my life, like I could be doing better. Sometimes it's because I actually could be doing, but sometimes it's just jealous. I gotta be honest, because it may happen when we are always seeing these amazing people online, you know. So for me, it happens because there's so much. I'm always exposed to information, to a lot of content online, so this affects me in many levels, I'd say. And you, Gustavo?
I don't know if I have this, but knowing this concept that we saw in the video, it's more like what I've seen before is like fear of missing out, like you not getting something, like especially on games, you know. So kind of if you have something that you have to, for example, open the game once a day. So if you don't open, you are losing something, you know. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's about everything, about games, about parties, about like more interesting things, like a more interesting life that you can see or other things you could be doing at that moment. Sometimes you're just resting or reading a book, doing something that's not so exciting, but it's something you wanted to do, you know? So it's a little about that. And you, Bruna, your opinion?
Yes, definitely. I could understand because I've heard about it before, and I think for me the most common thing is comparing, as you were saying, is when I compare my life to other people's lives, you know. So usually when we're talking about social media, this is pretty common for me, and it is something I try to avoid because everyone wants to show and wants to portray this kind of perfect life, you know, and happy, and it doesn't it is not the reality all the time, right? It's not like this all the time. So I think we need to be careful, you know. So yes, that's it.
I agree with you. We need to know what is really happening, what's real, what's not, you know. How about you, Pedro? What do you think?
We are answering the first question, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I never knew about that the term, right? FOMO. And I arrived in the middle of the video, so I get a half part this. But well, I think the FOMO is a mix about fear and anxious, right? Oh, okay.
Can be.
Yeah, but I will choose the Bruna's way, like when she said about social medias. Yeah, it's common when we pass a lot of time in social medias and you see a lot of photos and videos, and is automatically, right, you will compare your life than the others, and the others always be better than you, perfect than you. And I guess this is terrible. So we need not to stop. I don't know if if you need to stop, okay, you need to stop, and this is the process. But I guess if you need to avoid a little more to social medias and and get your focus on other things, I think this is the better way. So I agree a lot with Bruno. That's it.
Yeah, it can be really helpful to know when to stop. I agree with you. And you, Mel?
Right. So I think I experienced it yesterday, a few days ago, like when the Will Smith stuff happened, because I didn't know what was going on, and I thought to myself, is that a fake news? What's going on? Did Will Smith really slap Chris Rock's face? And I didn't know about that. And the first thing that I thought was, oh my goodness, if that really happened, what will I talk about in my small talks tomorrow when I have to interact with people? This is the first thought that came to mind, And I think I kind of experienced it in a superficial level, of course, but I experienced that because I didn't know what was going on. And I feel like apart from the roads, because the whole social media was flooded about Will Smith stuff, and I didn't know what's going on. And that's basically it. Like, I've experienced a lot FOMO when I was taking NA. Finally, I guess I'm not taking it anymore. And at the time that I was taking it, I really, really experienced that because as someone have said here, we start to compare ourselves to others, And I used to compare myself, and this comparison thing used to show up when it comes to cultural repertoire. So I thought that I was not good enough, that I wasn't able to keep up with everything on the internet, because whenever I talked to my peers around me, they were so they used to keep up with everything. Like, I mean, with a bunch of stuff that I didn't know. And okay, a lot of people have knowledge that they like to share. I have things to share as well, but it's something that we can help. We will compare ourselves, and that's just terrible. And that, I think that's when FOMO comes to play.
Yeah, it's not just about when people are having fun, but to see someone who seems talented or successful, So it's always this. It's like it's on our face, this massive successful person. She's so amazing. He's so amazing. I'm never gonna do that, Sometimes, in my case, it's what happens. Guys, I'm gonna ask for Edmario again. I don't know if he's here. Edmario, can you hear us?
I guess he mentioned something. He messaged us and said that he is having some technical issues with his
Yes.
audio, isn't he? And Edmar, if you're talking, you muted, by the way. Maybe that's the case as well.
Yeah, so if you wanna talk,
It's just hurting. Listen, talking. Listen, speaking.
Yeah, if you wanna talk at any time, Edmar, you can right here on the chat, and we're gonna give you the word. Okay, I'm gonna move to the next question so we can enjoy this discussion a little more. Question number 2. In your opinion, does this fear of missing out affect our mental health? How? If when you see a perfect life, for example, if this makes you feel bad, this can affect your mental. I totally think so, because like I said, during the pandemic, for example, I was not so interested in seeing what people were doing, because I was so worried. I didn't know what was going to happen with the COVID and this kind of stuff. But right now, people are coming back to their lives, and as I'm not doing the same things. It can be, like Pedro said, it can make me feel anxious. It can make me feel like I should be doing more, like I'm not enjoying my youth, like, what you are doing at home right now? You should be partying, you should be celebrating or whatever. How about you, Melissa? Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Yeah, like 100%. I'm totally with you guys. I reckon that comparison is the very first thing that totally jeopardize our mental health. And I don't think I have much to say. I think comparison and the feeling that we are not keeping up with the news, so we kind of left behind. And come on, we are hit with news, not good or bad, like all the time, all the fucking time, and so it's hard to keep up with all those things. So the first thing that comes to mind is comparison. That's it.
Yeah, I think you have a good point. And you, Bruno?
Yeah, definitely. I think comparison is the worst one. And that feeling that everyone is enjoying things and you're doing nothing or staying at home, just like you were saying, this is something I was talking to my therapist this week, like that during the week I just work from home, so I don't go out really often. So the weekends are the only days I not that I can, but it's better for me to go out, and I have been staying at home, and it's like if you check social media and Instagram, it seems everyone is doing things. They are enjoying their lives after the pandemic. It seems everyone is I don't know, taking some time to see their friends and going to parties, and I'm like, I'm what am I doing to my life? Like I'm doing nothing, I am just I should enjoy more, I should live harder. Sometimes I think some of this stuff, and yes, it definitely affect our mental health.
I don't feel like I wouldn't say depressed, but a little sad, a little self-conscious about what you've been doing, right? And you, Pedro, do you agree with Bruno?
Yeah, I agree. We need to, beside our body, we need to care our mind, right? And I think the comparison is, well, the one of these terrible subjects when we talk about this FOMO, right? It's FOMO, yeah. And I think it's automatically when you searching on, well, everything, or you searching something on internet, and you see a photo or videos, and your mind automatically compare you on the other lives, and this is weird. And at the same time, we ask it by myself, or ourselves, oh, like Bruna said, my life is so terrible. Oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. Oh, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough. Oh, my life, I'm so poor, or I'm so sad, and that's it. And well, at the end, um, after 5 minutes, you that on Instagram or Facebook, you ask it by yourself a lot of questions that you go to the other world, you go to the other world, right? The sad word, and this is weird. So yeah, as a fact, and it's not just this comparison. We have, well, a lot of problems. It is a new subject, a new meeting, because we have a lot of problems, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like sometimes it's not something I'd like to do, but it seems fun because other people are doing, so it's dangerous How about
Yeah,
you,
and
Gustavo?
you think the other person, the people are thinking at the same question, the same problems that we thinking now. We are thinking now. The-
Yeah, maybe they think I wish I was home, something like that. It can, yeah, it happened to me. Like I wish I didn't come here. And you, Gustavo, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I agree with you guys, but in my case, I think the FOMO is like the comparison because I should have doing something like getting a job and finishing my graduation, you know. So like Melissa said, the comparison is the beginning of this feeling. And I think that the how can I say it? The feeling we feel, it's like especially anxiety, you know. It sucks.
Yeah. I can see everyone mention about comparison because it's something really strong when we are on, especially on the internet, right? So I'd like to ask Mel for to the next question and answer, and then choose the next one, please.
Alrighty. So the third question, right? Do you think young people suffer more from FOMO? If so, what could be the reasons for that? Let me see. Yeah, I agree with it, with this statement. I guess, young people suffer more from FOMO since catching up with the trends and stuff, it's a means to socialize, you know? So there is something about young people and adolescents that they must catch up, they must socialize with each other and feel they are a member of a group, you know? I mean, we all did you our history and stuff, our biological stuff, but there's something more about adolescents, you know? And yeah, as I said before, I think it's a means of socialize, of them to socialize. So I agree, yeah, I would say so. How about you, Gu? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. And they probably, like you said, they have to socialize. So they really have to be paying attention to the social medias, like all the social medias, because every day something comes up like a challenge from TikTok. They have to do, they have to know how to dance something, you know. Let me see. Pedro, can you answer?
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you guys. And because I was, when you talking, I was thinking about my teenager. 10 years ago, I had 70 years old. And well, in 2012, we had Facebook, I think Twitter. I don't know if Twitter 2012 or 2013. Okay, but the social medias at the on that time, uh, okay, they were exist and now they are, but nowadays they are huge, right? Because they controlled some apps by food or delivery, right? And when we talk about Facebook is a huge company that it has, we can buy a lot of ads on Facebook, right? And this is a big company. So a teenager now, 16 or 17, suffer, I think suffer more because they just they just leave if they have apps like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok is most recently, and we have challenge on TikTok. And now, if you think, we have on one hand a TikToker, right? And she or he earns a lot of millions of money dancing or singing, something like that. And on the other hand, well, you will study for 5 years or something like this, and you will receive $2,000 or 2,000 reais, sorry. And this is terrible. In our country, we have some professionals that we have mestrado or doutorado. How can I say in English? Doc? And
Master and PhD, right?
yeah, master and
PhD.
PhD. Thank you. Thank you. And we have some professionals that have master or PhD, and they are employed right now, right? And on the other hand, we have children that 13 or 14 years old, they're singing something like that, 10 seconds, and well, he or she's a millionaire person, right? It's I think it's a fact, but and this is a big impact in their lives.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like, it's not, I was talking something a little about that in other meeting, because we can't compare. It's like unfair to compare to a 16-year-old who just bought a house. And thinking about a little about the question, I think it affects more because when you are an adult, you're older, you already have your group of friends, solid relationships, and teenagers are still figuring it out. They are still trying to find a group of friends to spend their time to make connections, and for that they might be a little more. They might be more, they can be more affected by this FOMO. They want to be included in everything because they don't want to feel like they will be forgotten or they will be
Yeah,
isolated.
and now when with social medias, we have a lot of specialists, right, in all subjects. WhatsApp, Facebook, or I think Instagram is last, but Facebook and WhatsApp. Oh my God, we have a lot of specialists
Yeah.
and everything.
And you, Bruno, do you agree with everyone's opinion?
Yes, you said a lot of nice stuff. I was thinking here about just like Pedro said. I think when we were younger, I don't know about you. I don't know. I think Mel is the youngest here. Like when I was growing up, like I had my first cell phone when I was. It's like I grew up with social media, so I kind of learned um, how to deal with it. Not, of course, 100%, but it wasn't ready, when I was growing up. So we are still learning how to deal with it. But uh, children who are growing up, like who are teenagers nowadays, actually, um, they already have the access to these YouTubers, to these TikTokers, so they can compare their lives harder than us, I think, and it is complicated. But I was thinking here, I don't know if they suffer more, probably because they have more time, so that they probably spend more time on social media. And comparison, I still think is the worst reason, and it's the biggest one. And then if you want to fit everything and to be not famous, but like popular and seen, it seems you need to be there posting, sharing, and yeah, just like you said, Sarah, I think they don't want to be forgotten, so it's being there. It's a way of trying to show themselves somehow is a way to be seen, you know. But it is a hard question.
Yeah, all these topics, I always had some questions that I'm like, oh my God, what I'm gonna answer, and I'm glad when like I'm not the host because sometimes the other people answer first and I have some insights, you know. So it's I'm sorry, I'm being honest here. I think Mel and Bruna may understand a little what what I'm saying. And guys, I would like to skip to I think we answered a little about the question for the source. We talked about comparing ourselves and the social media. I would like to go to the sixth question because it's challenging in my point of view. So I'm gonna read it and answer. In your opinion, is FOMO completely negative? If no, how could it help us? What could we learn? How, like we've been saying here a lot about the negative perspective. It can hurt us, it can be harmful, we can be concerned about our lives and things like that. But I'd like to think a lot about the other side, you know? Maybe it's a bright side about this. I was thinking a little about maybe it's a way to a wake up call. You know, if you have too much FOMO, it might be because you could be doing something in a different way. You could be uh, maybe you could organize yourself better to study, to do your work, your responsibilities, but you also could use your time to have fun, to go to family meetings and things like that, and to maybe do more with your knowledge, with the tools you have, you know, because sometimes we are too stuck in our ways, and we couldn't see other paths to follow, you know. So I think it may be positive in this sense. And you, Gustavo, do you agree?
I think that depends on the person's like reaction to FOMO, because if it's too much, like if she can't handle the situation, I would say it's negative, completely negative. But if it's something that she just, it's just a feeling like that passes, and she feels like motivated to improve whatever it is. So I think that can be positive.
Yeah, where sometimes we need hard motivation, right? And you, Mel?
Honestly, I don't know, because up to the point, so far, I've seen FOMO as a negative thing. Honestly, I can't see the positive one, so I rather listen to your opinions, guys. Honestly, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. It's a like I said, it's a challenging question. And you, Pedro?
Honestly, I I don't know too, but it is a good question. Well, I think if you, um, well, always thinking in some bad news or bad things, your brain always will be, um, how can I say acostumado? Customary.
Get used to.
Thank you. Get used to thinking in bad things. So if you go to the opposite way, right? Go the opposite. I think this is will be new way to do things and to thinking about something, I guess. But I don't know. This is a thought here, and maybe can work or not. But I agree with Mavis. Honestly, I don't really know about it, but that's it. That's it.
And you, Bruna, do you pass to or do you not answer the question?
No, let's do it. I was thinking here, now that I have some ideas from the guys, right, from you, um, and I forgot the question. It was in my mind. Okay, I don't. I think it brings a lot of feelings and emotions, talking about it because it can be kind of complicated. We are always comparing, and it's it can it can be really related to self-esteem too. But as you said, I think if we try to look at in a different way, from a different perspective, maybe it could, for example, considering the things I was talking to my therapist, that I was staying a lot at home, and that I really wanted to do something besides staying at home. She asked me, why are you at home? Then I was telling her that it was because I didn't have anyone to go out with me. Then she asked me, why can't you go out by yourself? And I was like, that's true. So maybe we can try to look from this other point of view. Okay, I'm sad, my friends are doing something else, why can't I do things by my own? you know this can be, I don't know, a way to influence us to enjoy the life too. But in order to do that, you need to see it from a different perspective, and sometimes it can be hard when you're sad, or when you feel you're not enjoying enough.
Yeah, I agree. Your answer actually it has everything to do with another question. Thinking about some tips to avoid FOMO, like question number 9. What could you suggest? What suggestion do you have to avoid? Like, I think it's important what you said about thinking more about how with the action we can do, because sometimes we're just on our mind, like we're thinking but we don't do anything about it. And I was thinking too about, like I said, sometimes you just have to wonder, would I like to be there actually, or I'm just want to be a part of something, because it can be just a low moment, but you can see yourself, like you should remember yourself while you're at home, because sometimes you have a good reason, sometimes you need to rest, you need to study, and if you can remember yourself, that it can help you to not feel so stressful about seeing people doing other things that maybe look funnier. And you, Pedro?
And said more or less, or equal like me, and we can when you taught in the different way, I guess. But well, our life is a new learning every day, right? I think it is. We always have a new challenge every day, and at our work or on team meetings, and I guess we need to be humble and open, right, to um, working and developing ourselves, I guess.
Thanks for sharing. I'm gonna ask Gustavo really quickly what's his opinion on that. Gustavo, please.
I would say that I am with Bruna, and I think that we should take a moment to realize what's really going on in our lives.
Yeah, that's perfect. We should always take time for ourselves, and like she said, doing therapy, it can be helpful as well. So that's a good suggestion. Guys, I'm gonna bring everyone back now. Just wait for a while, okay? So we can see how was the conversation in the other rooms. We just seconds away from meeting everyone. So, did you like the topic, the conversation?
Yep, sure. And just to go to compliment what guys have been saying, like on are saying on the last question. I guess that getting real, it's a great alternative to avoid FOMO. Like, I mean, getting real in terms of we won't catch up with everything that is surrounding us and everything that isn't surrounding us. And just getting real with that, you know, and trying to do your best. And try to do my tone of voice. I pitch it. And trying to do your best. For example, showing up on studies group, for instance, TNT, it's a great way. Like there's a bunch of people like that don't know the topics that are going on, the terms, like every day it's something new that they have in contact with. So that's basically it.
Oh, thanks, Mel. Everyone's back now. I wanna know, Leticia, how it was a conversation for you? Did you like it? How was your group?
My conversation was really good. We had to share our opinion about the topic. We had known more about the topic and then have shared our opinions, and I had questions about this topic because it was a new topic for me, and it was a nice group. It was a nice conversation.
Thanks for sharing. Now, I wanna know, let me see, Juliano, I'm gonna do a question for you. It's okay? If that's okay. Have you ever went to an event you didn't want? Question number 7. Have you ever went to an event you didn't want just to be included? How did you feel? Did you like it? Did you regret it?
Yes, I think so. It happened, and when it happened, I just leave the place. I don't like to stay in a place that I'm not feeling well, feeling comfortable, and for many reasons, right? And sometimes we don't feel very well after that. So I avoid this. I try avoiding these situations if I can. I think that's it.
I completely agree with you. We shouldn't force ourselves to do anything just in order to feel like we are loved or something, you know. Guys, I shared with you the link to our feedback. It's survey. Or didn't I? Sorry, I thought that it was here. Okay, I'm gonna share with you the links. So you can go to survey, you can know more about TNT. And I'm gonna ask a last question. Sure, let me see. Marcio, can you hear me?
Yes, Amy.
So, in your opinion, FOMO has FOMO started with social media, or people have always been afraid of being left out, of not being included? What do you think?
Well, I think it is all of this, and but today in present days, the massive content, the excessive internet content, and it's the bad part of the FOMO.
Yes, I agree with you. It's like we have access all the time, non-stop, so it can't be harmful for us, right?
Exactly.
Thanks for sharing your opinion. So guys, it's late. I don't wanna interrupt anyone's sleep. So I'm gonna thank you. I wanna thank you for being here. Thanks, Mel, for inviting me, for having me as your host for the first time. I hope you liked the conversation. Do you wanna say something else?
It was nice. You rock, Sarah. Great hosting, as always.
Thank you.
That's it.
You did it.
You did great.
So thanks, guys. Have a nice night. Rest well. Stay safe, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great
Bye.
night. Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.